Well, here's the glitter white builder gel by Madam Glam, you guys. I am obsessed with this product. What's up, Goddess Gang? Today we are back with another video, and today it's going to be a very simple video. However, I still want to share this footage with you guys if you're new to doing your own nails, or if you are looking for a space where you can do your nails with me while I film and show you guys pretty much what my process is for doing nails. This set in particular is going to be a builder gel set featuring Madam Glam. So shout out to Madam Glam. They have some of the best builder gels, especially the ones in the pod, and they come in so many different varieties. And I hate to say it, but I am literally obsessed with the pods of builder gel by Madam Glam. So we're going to be using that product. Now, what I really do love is the fact that I can wear an XXL set that is builder gel, which is super easy application, super simple and minimalistic. Not only that, with the glitter builder gels, they are actually very stunning too. So if I just want to do a one and done method, I really do go to this option. So that's what you guys are going to see here. Now, I also want to point out how beautiful my natural nails are looking. This footage is from a couple of weeks ago, so my nails are even longer now, and I'm so happy about it. Ironically, I do still have on this original application, but I have done different things to these nails. Like I told you guys, this footage is a little bit old, not that old, but I filmed it a couple of weeks ago, and these nail tips are also some of my go-tos that I highly recommend. They are linked on my Amazon storefront. Literally, you get these nails for like all the sets are like $5.99, $6.99, $7.99. I think at most I may have paid $8.99 for this bag of super nice coffin tips. So highly recommend them. They're not too thick or too thin, and they're also soft gels, so they're not the hard gel ones that literally like crack and break off. These ones are very durable. Actually, they are very, very durable because I was outside working and I was doing some nailing, like I was nailing in something onto the fence outside, and I accidentally, because my nails were so long, I accidentally like sort of hammered my nail, and it did crack, but it did not break off. I honestly, the tip did not crack at all. It was just the product on top that cracked. And I was like, oh my gosh. So the nails that I have on now, which are still this set, but I've redesigned them, I just clipped them down a little bit and they were good to go for a whole new set. So definitely do recommend these if you're looking for a good option. They come in multiple different shapes, lengths, and they even come in full coverage. So these are just the tips, but you could also get these in full coverage, which you guys have seen on my channel before. For my glue, I'm using KDS glue, and I love KDS glue. It is just hands down some of the best glue that I have used, but there are other glues that I've used before that are like neck and neck with this glue. However, when I go to the store, I always see, oh, KDS, and I know like that's a good one, so I always get that one. But yeah, so pretty boring. This is all in, I believe, real time, if I'm not mistaken. So it is for beginners. This is a beginner friendly video, and it is sort of like a tutorial. You guys are able to see the actual time that it's taking for me to glue on all of the nails. And I want to talk to you guys about gluing. So I used to just put a little, dot of glue in the middle of the nail, and then I would go ahead and apply it, and I would expect the glue to spread out naturally. And I realized over time that that's not the best thing to do. So now, in my opinion, of course, but now I like to actually just apply the glue in a thin layer, but make sure that I apply it on all of the coverage areas. So for example, you can see that I'm dragging it all the way up to each side wall, and that's because I want to get a good adhesion across the entire tip. I don't want it to just stick in the middle, and then I know sometimes you'll just put a bigger amount and you'll expect that, oh, it'll just disperse on its own. Unfortunately, I have had so many failed attempts doing that, and it was kind of starting to stress me out. Like, I just felt like it really shouldn't be this complicated, because when the tip doesn't glue all the way on, then what you end up having to do is you have to file the excess. So like the part that didn't adhere to the nail, you have to file it down, and then you have to kind of make it blend into the nail, and then you have to add a builder gel polish, a coat of builder, or not builder, base coat, a coat of base coat gel, just to make sure that it's all where it needs to be and everything. And I just felt like that was so unproductive. So instead, and I would run from glue too. I would run from glue, and I would just go to like, okay, I'm just going to use a base coat gel, or a glue gel, and I'm going to glue my tips on with the light, like with the lamp, like cure the tips on. And I did swear by that method for a while, but it's just too time consuming for me personally. Now, if I am using a full coverage tip, I might actually prefer that method, because it seems like it's a little better than putting the glue on and everything. Sometimes the glue spills over and it gets messy and all that for the full coverage application. But for the tips, overall, I figured, you know what? I just need to learn how to glue them on correctly. And so I got a good application of them. And then the next thing that I really wanted to focus on is just cutting the nails to the equal length. And I recently saw, I don't know the girl's name, but there was this girl that I saw her YouTube shorts, and she actually puts magnets on, like the magnets will clip onto the cutter. And so you'll have to see it in order to visualize it, you guys. I don't think I'm going to do a good job at telling you, but she basically stacks the magnets up onto the cutter basically to the length that she wants the nail, so that when she presses the magnets against the base of each finger underneath the nail tip, the measurement will show the exact measurement for each nail, based on the magnets on the bottom. You'll have to see it. I'll have to show you guys on a future video, because I know I'm butchering this. I can't expect you guys to visualize what I'm talking about, but if you've seen what I'm talking about and then and that is something I'm going to try on the next set. So I still have these nails on. Unfortunately, I couldn't try it in order to show you guys or anything like that, but I will try it on the future, or in the future on a future nail set, and you guys are going to see like how you can actually perfectly measure each nail. But regardless, I wanted some super long nails. Sometimes I get so annoyed when I cut the nails so that they're going to be super long, but then when I get to the thumb, I make it a little too short, because I typically do make it shorter than the other nails. So I was 100% sure not to do that this time, because I wanted to have an XXL nail set. And so here's the prep, and you guys are going to see that I'm basically blending in the nail tip so that it's flush with my natural nail. If you guys don't know, I'm sure you could probably tell from how my nails looked, but I forgot to tell you that I do put base gel. So on my natural nails, I have a layer of base coat gel, and I do not use primer or dehydrator. The only dehydrator that I personally use is alcohol prep pads. And I feel like once you have worn nails, or your natural nails have gotten accustomed to wearing artificial nails, that you really don't need a lot. Or for example, if you're not super, like, I don't use my jewels as tools. I'm pretty delicate with my nails, and I've learned how to wear them to where they have a natural feel. So I don't have to use dehydrator or primer, but some people do. And so typically that'll be your first application, would be the dehydrator and then the primer. So I dehydrate with alcohol prep, and then I don't use a primer. I just go in with my base coat gel. So on my natural nails, I have a layer of base coat gel. And then you guys have seen on my channel the Madam Glam fiber base. I use that as well on top of the regular base coat gel, just because I don't want the fiberglass base on my natural nails because it's very strong. So I use a regular base and then I put the fiberglass base coat gel on top of that. And then I basically just buff it out so that the nails will look nice and just shiny and beautiful. And then I dehydrate again, needless to say. And then I go in with the application, which is where you guys saw me pick up at. So I just want to make sure to tell you guys that, because when you go in to blend the tip to your natural nail, for example, if you don't have a base layer or a protective barrier on your natural nails, then you could ruin your natural nails. And the last thing you want is a sensitive nail. Thankfully, my nails are very strong, and that I really do pay homage to the Madam Glam fiber base base coat gel, fiberglass base coat gel, because with that product, it is a game changer. It's better than the rubber. I actually don't use the rubber base at all anymore because I love the fiberglass base so much. The difference for me is that the fiberglass base adds actual strength. So with the rubber base, it was protective of, it was like a water barrier. Like my nails didn't get, like a lot of, like they didn't really get quote unquote wet very much. So, when your nails get wet, they get softer and then they're flexible. So that was the good thing about the rubber base, was that it kind of gave them like a protective barrier, but it was a flexible protective barrier. So like it wouldn't, so like my nail would not be hard. It would be flexible. I hope I'm explaining this correctly. Not the same flexibility, of course, as if the nails were wet, but you guys understand like the thickness of a natural nail, and then you add like, it would be similar to adding like that rubber cement on top of your nail, and the rubber cement is not going to make the nail harder because the rubber cement is flexible. So that's kind of how it was with the rubber base, was like the rubber base is sort of flexible. So it didn't necessarily keep my nails from, like, for example, if I bumped them into something, I would be able to feel the impact of it because there wasn't really a strong layer on top. It was kind of just like a water protection barrier. I hope that makes sense. And that's not to say anything bad about the rubber base coat. It was just that for me, I wanted more. And so when I tried out the fiberglass base coat, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is like everything, because you get the base coat gel is very water resistant, so you get that strength of the base coat gel. But then the fiberglass, like, if you've used it, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, or if you've seen it on my channel, but it has little tiny pieces of fiberglass in it. And so those actually lay over the nail, and they build sort of like, almost like a fake nail tip on top of your nail, is kind of how it feels. But it's also not like that because it's so natural, and it's not plastic, it's fiberglass. So it's just different, and it makes your natural nails very strong, and I feel like they still do get the protection from, like, they have a sense of water resistance. And it's such a luxurious feeling. I swear, if I could just shout from the rooftop and be like, you need to try this. I have given a few away on my channel before. If you guys are interested in a giveaway of the fiberglass base coat gel, or even maybe the builder gels that you guys are going to see and things like that, you can always drop comments down below. I love to give away products and share all the good, different variety of products that we have available. So if you guys request that, of course, I would be more than happy to fulfill your requests. I don't get a lot of requests in my comments, but I don't know if that's because you guys are nervous or y'all just don't like me. But comment down below. Feel free to leave your thoughts once in a while. This is supposed to be a space where we can really interact and communicate with each other. And that is sort of the reason why I have gone back to just regular voiceovers on some of my videos. Not on all of them. I will still do my most regular format, which is, of course, when I'm on the screen with you guys and everything. But I do want to do videos like this sometimes too, where I can just talk to you guys and it can be kind of like relaxed. And the main focus is literally just the nails themselves so that you guys can kind of go back with me to the basically the foundation of what this is all about, which is nail care. And I do the nail art challenge, the Goddess Gang nail art challenge. We've done it for years now, thankfully, over a year, and it's been wonderful. Here's the glitter white builder gel by Madam Glam, you guys. I am obsessed with this product. But we do the nail art challenges and things like that, and I feel like a lot of my passion has revolved around the nail art challenge. But I realized that a lot of you guys that support me, we're all here to do nails, and a lot of us are beginners, or we, really want to take more of a, like, we want to be able to take value from the videos. And with the nail art, it is valuable and it's exciting and it's encouraging. But I feel that sometimes when we do have that kind of, like, we focus on the nail art, we kind of lose sight of the application itself, and we lose sight of the skill of the application. So I definitely do not want any beginners that are watching my videos, or any of my followers and supporters who are not that well at, don't do nail art as well, or don't have such a strong confidence in that area. I wanted to be sure to bring you guys actual footage of just application, beginner friendly videos that you guys can take value from and that you can benefit from on the back end in your own nail art journey or your nail application journey or what have you. So I definitely want to let you guys know that I have not forgotten about the foundation of what has made everything possible at the Goddess Gang and the Goddess Gang Nail Art Challenge. I also want to let you guys know that you should go visit my blog site at www.scorpiongoddessnails.blog and check it out. There's always exciting things over there. You guys can submit ideas for mood boards for future nail art challenge themes if you have wanted to participate, but you haven't necessarily seen a theme that you're really interested in. Give me 1 second, you guys. I gotta pause. I got a call coming in. Sorry about that, you guys. I had a call coming in. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. So, I honestly feel so overwhelmed as a creator and as an influencer, because in the beginning I would do these videos and they would be beneficial to people like my viewers and things like that. But I kind of hit a flat line, like not particularly a flat line, but after the pandemic, which I didn't even start I didn't start doing nails until towards the end of quarantine and towards, the time that the pandemic was kind of dwindling. So there was an influx at the beginning, needless to say. But then after everyone started to go back to work and life started to go back sort of kind of to normal, then my retention kind of fizzled out. So in order to continue to be motivated myself and also in order to continue to motivate others, I decided to do the Goddess Gang Nail Art Challenge. And I wanted that to be basically like my brand. And luckily, thankfully, I'm able to say that I was able to succeed. I was able to create that and make it something that was noticed and it's been making a positive impact in the community. And it's been a very good experience. However, well, I wouldn't want to say that fizzled out too, because I would sound kind of like that's not true. But I will say that it kind of felt like that just because it became a lot to manage, because now I was sort of like pushing my original audience away and I started to attract a new audience. And my original audience, was like beginners and, like new girls, like we're all new to this and we're all in it together. When I started to do the nail art challenge, I started to appease to girls who were a little bit, I wouldn't say particularly more advanced, but they're definitely more driven and like definitely a bit more tenacious and like they're go-getters. And I love that. But I have sort of felt a sense of absence from some of my original supporters. And so I started to look back and I just think that I have worked myself into new territory, which is to be expected. Whenever you start something, like your original demographic when you start is always going to be different than when you end. Like there's some artists, for example, that I used to be such a strong supporter of, and like I was the biggest fan. And then they got to a certain point in their career and like my fandom towards them sort of fizzled out, and it was just simply because the direction that their career or their lives was headed was different than what it originally was. And so I wasn't able to relate to them the same that I used to be able to. And that happens, that comes with the territory. And unfortunately, for me as a influencer and a creator, I am learning all of this in real time. First person. So it's different to know it, and then actually to experience it is another thing. So I definitely want to give a big, big, big thank you and a big shout out to all of my day one supporters who are still here, all of my new supporters that are here now, and all of my future supporters that will be here for wherever my journey takes me. And regardless, I just truly want to thank the brands that have made this possible for me. You guys have seen Madam Glam and Born Pretty featured in this video. I didn't want it to be that way, but I love the products specifically so much that I wanted to use them. So like the base coat gel that you guys saw me use from Born Pretty, I like that one because it's thick and I know that I can get a good solid application. I don't have to, worry about any splotches, and then it's not particularly vegan, so I feel comfortable using it, on top of my artificial nails or my nail tips. So, in like this brush, I realized that I had gotten from Born Pretty and I hadn't tried it out yet. So I decided to try it out and it works amazing. It's the perfect size. So just really want to connect with you guys and let you guys know that I love and appreciate you guys so much. I am so thankful for all of the beautiful nail art creations that we have created, for all of the progress that we have made as, DIY nail girlies, and all of the mental health struggles that we have overcome through our passion for nails and our passion for nail art. And just want to continue to be able to give you guys a platform where everyone is welcome and everyone is embraced. And you guys are going to see more changes coming soon, especially with the Goddess Gang No Art Challenge, that are very exciting, but also that are evolved to really include more people and encourage more creators. And I don't want to spill too many beans right now, but I just want you guys to know that I am genuinely so thankful for you. I am so grateful for this journey together. And please do not hesitate to sound off in the comments at any given time and tell me what you would like to see. What makes my success possible is when I am able to satisfy all of my viewers. And here we have the final result. Till next time, I'll holla y'all. Peace.